goody. We get to see the big battle from the first Avengers movie from yet another angle and or timeline. That's never been done before.
Thanks, Cap.
Choosing the time period when you're still being attacked from all angles to thank someone. Save the thanks and shawarma for after the fight, Widow.
Widow, let's go for a ride.
I like it.
Using vague terminology to infer a very specific action you need to take place, and somehow the other party knew exactly what you meant.
You go high, I go low?
Or we could just punch him a whole lot.
Nothing about going high or low prevents you from punching Loki a whole lot. Captain Carter merely proposed angles from which said punching could take place.
I don't do sequels, normally.
Oh, he's serious?
Running in circles has never been my style.
You don't have to run in circles. There are these really neat things called trails, some of which even go in straight lines. Also, skipping leg day. I don't care if you have the super soldier serum inside you. You never skip leg day.
Not Steve. More like RoboCop.
What?
You haven't seen that? We'll rent it. Solid movie.
I don't care what universe you're in. Referring to RoboCop as simply a solid movie is always insulting. And sinful. I thought the slow motion hair was more of an Aquaman thing, but I guess DC Marvel still have the superhero see, superhero do philosophy. Also, if you haven't seen the new Aquaman, don't rent it. Not a solid movie.
I'm Peggy Carter, and we're talking about Steve Rogers.
Which is exactly why you should sit this one out. Thanks for proving Nick Fury's point in less than 10 seconds.
Sir, we believe there might be an attempt on your life.
Saying this before the meeting was over and with several witnesses in tow, any of whom could be compromised. There's this neat thing called whispering. You should try it. You can say all kind of neat things like, you should really watch Bluey, or size might not matter, but shape kinda does, or even, hail Hydra. Well, I'm glad to see that Steve is stupid enough to employ the only shoot at the indestructible shield strategy that fails in every other universe, including the Wonder Woman movie.
Come on. Let's go. Move.
Taking the assassination target to the roof when you know your enemy's flying in the sky directly outside. Maybe ground transportation or an underground tunnel would have been smarter.
Let's get a drink. Like the old days.
Suggesting that substances can fix brainwashing. I'm pretty sure it'd just make that worse. When I got hypnotized at a show in Vegas last year, I somehow added gummies to the mix and wound up making advances towards 32 slot machines in Caesar's Palace. So as you can see, substances and brainwashing are clearly not a great combo. At least I think that's the lesson I was supposed to learn. Well, this is all the bullshit. Did the animators forget objects of different masses fall at the same rate of speed? Newton. Look him up.
We're in. Come on.
This works. Or they survive this. You choose. I choose both.
What can I say, Peg? I'm a sucker for a good love story.
Black Widow isn't curled up next to me on the couch watching while you were sleeping in this scene.
No fun playing Russian roulette with biotech, huh?
Can you name a single instance where playing Russian roulette is fun? Biotech or otherwise, it seems like kind of a bummer of a game.
The KGB built it to look like an American town straight out of a John Mellencamp song.
Scene does not contain little pink houses for you and me. Also, leaving the cougar out of the John and the Mellencamp. We didn't like it when the actual John Cougar Mellencamp did it, so you're not getting a pass, Natasha.
Barton introduced me to dad rock.
The idea that there's actually a genre of any media out there that is dad-centric. All dads are different and like different things. And yes, more like westerns than don't, but just f*** off. The good, the bad, and the ugly is the shit, and you all know I'm right.
You smell that air? That's the smell of freedom.
I learned from Team America World Police that freedom costs $1.05, and I don't want to smell anything that only costs $1.05.
It's a baby!
Wow. This entire animatronic town waited until they were about to kiss before activating their weapons. So the lesson here is abstinence is the only safe way to avoid being killed by Russian robots, just like they teach in sex ed.
Russia thought America was like this?
We didn't get cable TV over here, so...
Thinking that American television in any way represents America. Well, except Love Island, of course. That pretty much nails it.
Is that the infamous Red Room?
The f***? Did I miss something? They had Peggy Carter down. Why didn't they just shoot her or capture her? The bad guys just let Natasha walk up and Peggy recover?
You never struck me as a child foolish enough to buy into fantasy.
Pretending fantasy is a childish genre like some literary snob. Have you read Jim Butcher?
All my widows have seen your movie.
There was a movie?
It was a musical.
Depriving audiences of a full MCU musical. And no, the Singing Planet in the Marvels doesn't count. Somehow flunking out of the Prometheus School of running away from things. I didn't even think that was possible.
Nissa!
Aim for her left knee. She damaged it in a bicycle accident in 3rd grade.
Funny how this injury has never come up or caused Natasha any trouble in any other MCU appearance. A bum knee's a pretty serious handicap. At least that's what I keep telling myself every time I shoot 90 at my local course.
Steve, I can't lose you again.
There is still nothing in the What If series that has irritated me more than making Peggy one of the most powerful people in the universe, only to still make her live or die by how Steve f***ing Rogers feels about her. Winning your spy battle with Looney Tunes antics.
Steve's out there somewhere, and I know you don't believe he can be saved, but I do. I have to.
Okay. Let's hit the road.
Continuing to try to convince us that Steve and Peggy have to be together when this universe has shown Peggy has much more chemistry with Natasha.
Peggy! Peg! Where are you?
That's a good question.
Being confused by your own story.
Zilla just stomped all over Wall Street.
Where did that move come from?
From my ears, from my ass.
Or we could just punch him a whole lot.
I don't want to punch my dad anymore.
I found what the pirates were after.
Well, I think it's booty. Booty.
Stand down! Stand down!
No, I will not stand down. You will stand down.
Are you certain you killed him?
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Who wants apple pie?
Does taste like apple pie.
They lock us in the tower whenever we get caught.